Moves. Yeah. I don't know, like if I speak directly into this condenser mic, if it's gonna like be muffled when I.
That's fine. I ain't even worry about it. That's fine.
Because we can.
If we have the audio somewhere and the video somewhere, I can sync it. But
Yeah. All right.
I'm really for that podcast purposes. I'm really more to the good audio.
Sure. Makes sense. All right. So just remember to speak into your mic.
Test.
What's it called? Oh, then it should just like drop on you. Oh yeah, tighten that bad boy up. Okay, and then
All right. Are we recording on Anchor? Or are we
not
just...
yet.
Oh, okay. All right. I got. Wait, are we doing intro or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that for the sake of.
Who do you want to kick it off?
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's kicking it off?
How about you
Okay.
kick it off?
Okay.
Let's we'll do a little bit of the intro of the music.
Welcome back to another episode of Cold Brew and Hip Hop. I am Jacob.
What's up, y'all? This is your boy Kazi. Welcome back to episode 2.
Season 3.
Good to be back. I feel like we've got like a more consistent schedule set up for season 3, 2023. So
I feel like, yeah, I mean, give ourselves a pass on season 2, but pregnant wives and
kids getting in the way.
We did our best. We made 10 episodes. We had 1, 2,
3 interviews, I think.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
2, Ellie Star, all the other great guests.
Yeah, I can't remember. Maybe it was just 2 interviews then. I can't remember. They all kind of blend together. I mean, yeah,
it's just the 2. Okay.
It's just.
But speaking of interviews, so in this episode, we're gonna have an artist that I discovered on TikTok by the username of JR Saxophonic or Javel Roan.
Yeah, it was definitely great to talk to Javel in this interview. Really kind of unpack a lot of musicality, talk about his influences into becoming a saxophone player and just becoming a musician in general. We have a good back and forth dialogue with him. Definitely want to talk to him again because we record using Zoom. So shout out to Zoom. Make your free shit longer than 40 minutes so people can actually do stuff without getting cut off. I think we got it right down to the wire too. It'll be interesting. It's gonna be like 39 minutes and 52 seconds.
I wish we had like an icebreaker off that Zoom, and then we were like, okay, everybody's warm.
Yeah.
Let's hit the real Zoom. Maybe next time we do it like that.
But definitely, I mean, Javel seemed very open to wanting to do like an Instagram live collab with us, so I think that would be dope. He had a saxophone with him, and unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to, see if he could play something for us and for our listeners. So, but yeah, so that's coming up after this intro. So enjoy that interview.
Thank you.
The music like stopped, and I was just like, "Oh fuck."
No, it's
okay. So
do you think the beginning, it was the non-talking of the beginning, was that too long or
no? That was good.
Okay.
You came in like right when he season 3 episode.
I'm keeping all of this. This is nice behind the scenes. I'm keeping all of this dead ass.
Ed recording too. Thing. Cool. So episode. Do you want any intro music?
New episode. Is this new episode?
Yeah.
Oh, dealer's choice. Doesn't matter. I got random shit to talk about. I hope you do too, but dealer's choice, man.
Dr. Dre sued that Marcia Taylor bitch. Can't use
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. No, better not. Better not.
This is dedicated to the brothers that walked down since day one. Ka-chink. Welcome to Death Row. Like we always do about this time.
Is what we would play if we weren't scared of
Getting sued by Dr. Drizzy.
Andre PhD.
Andre Young, right?
I don't know his last name,
Yeah, it's Young.
but PhD.
You know what's hilarious? There's a brand of gloves that are called Dre. Like latex gloves. And I think about it every time I'm at the YMCA and I use one of those gloves. I'm like, yo, this is certified Dr. Dre.
What if that is though? What if like low key he doesn't even want to like incorporate hip hop to it? He's just like, you know what? I really just make good products. I don't need to always make it about music. He's making it's okay. I saw on on Twitter a month or two back, and he had a bunch of family and friends out to his property. Oop, give him some feedback. Family and friends out to his property, and
I ain't recording, by the way.
I'm recording.
Okay.
And he was like teaching archery, and I just thought that was wild. Like Dr. Dre not only does bow and arrow, but he teaches it.
That's wild.
Not what you would expect.
Trying to like
Maybe just maybe kick it off with like a lo-fi, lo-fi samurai or whatever. Yeah. Mhm. Oh, it's this.
yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Cold Brew and Hip Hop. I am Jacob.
What's up, y'all? This is Kazi. We're back with episode 3 of season 3. Lucky number 3. Damar Hamlin, number 3 for the Buffalo Bills. He's back in Buffalo after suffering a cardiac arrest on the field like a little bit of a week ago. So good to have him back. I'm just trying to make number 3 happen. I'm trying to make Fetch happen.
You know what's amazing about Fetch is that it happened. It was ironic, and
oh yeah,
20 years later,
yeah,
like it's in the media now, but it's everybody's saying it ironically, but it's still landing. So it's still Fetch. I thought I saw like a newscaster, like a local,
probably.
local daytime Emmy award winning local newscaster Bob Stevenson. I don't fucking know who.
Good old Bobby.
So something funny happened at work today. It's probably stupid, but I work with a 22-year-old, like a Gen Z or whatever.
Hold
And
on.
oh shit.
Do you want me to burp off the microphone?
No, on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Give it a bit of push.
that's why we get paid the big bucks.
Yeah, seriously. We'll monetize this episode.
Clearly.
Listen to Kazi burp on microphone. You're back with Weenie in the butt.
Maybe.
This is when I would press one of those buttons on our mixer, but I swore not to that again.
and that's purple drank, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely purple drink.
So
you work with a piece of shit Gen Zer.
I mean, he's a good dude, and I don't even know if he would identify himself as that, but
As a piece of shit, he should, because he's part of Gen Z.
But so I asked him today, I was like, hey, so I was like, do you remember 9/11? And he was like, absolutely not, other than like knowing it means nothing significant to me personally. And my jaw hit the floor. And I mean, millennials, we don't even need to talk about it. We were there, but we have all of our own personal backstories to that, and it's supposed to be like a significant event, but this
Right.
dude doesn't remember it. So to me, that signifies that he's pretty young. And so we were talking about like oldies, and he's more of like a metal or hardcore, or I don't really know the different
He
subgenres.
probably likes Metallica.
I think he doesn't. I think he's like kind of like pinkies up to the metal. I don't, you know, I think he's like open to those kinds of older ones, but he's like really all about it. So I don't know. But I was like, so
It's interesting that like young metalheads exist. It's like who like do you have like a Gen X parent that like
they must. I mean, like you and me, like you have like hip hop to death, right? But then you like 70s, like what we would call like classic rock. Like
Mhm.
you not only listen to it, but like purposely like put it on the radio. Like I'm in the mood
Yes.
for this. That never it's other than like Pink Floyd, that never really happens for me. I fuck with like some 80s, but really the 90s only rock wise.
You should
Maybe like some Hendrix and some like Woodstock era shit, but
you gotta talk.
I play by my own rules.
You're just like sounding like way over here.
It's fine. No, I get it. Always
It's like it's a new nuance to get used to. Like it's not natural to like position your body and not move.
I just feel like I'm about to kiss it. It's weird, but I'm
Well, then
I'm all
you're
right. It's fine.
then back up like an inch or two. Like leave some room for Jesus, as they would say at our homecoming dances. All right, so like he
Leave some room for Jesus.
yeah,
I never heard that. That's hilarious.
trying to make a baby at the homecoming dance. I saw that happen once too. I saw people fucking on the dance floor.
at the homecoming dance,
They
college. I hope.
nah, dude, high school, hella high school.
Ugh.
It was fucking nuts. Two
Um,
girls like they got so fucking drunk, and like one threw up by the mats that we would put out for wrestling, in the like that little alcove in the gymnasium where they would keep all like the hockey equipment, I mean, floor hockey equipment and shit like that. And like she like another girl was in the girls' bathroom opposite the gym, and she was fucking yakking all over the place. And it was screwdrivers. They were drinking screwdrivers, so it was orange juice and vodka, and it's like forever like ruined OJ and like alcohol smell. So that's why like when Katie like gets fucking hammered with the girls when they do their fucking bullshit girl shit, and she like comes home and like I can smell the alcohol on her. I'm like, nah, get away. Anyway, huge digression.
love it.
So just
Talking to the mic.
yeah, don't like mouth fuck it though. Yeah, there you go. So I swallow deep, feel the microphone.
How do you unhinge a jaw like a python? Okay. So the 22-year-old, the Gen Z, whatever, I was asking him about oldies, and the first thing that came to mind, I was like, okay, all right, let's just get right to it. Is Blink-182 oldies yet? And he's like, no, they're still cool, so don't worry.
Right.
And I was genuinely worried about it because they've been out for so long that they
Early
like
90s. Well, they fucking came up with a greatest hits album. After
There you
their
go.
self-titled album, Blink-182 came out in 2005, they came out with a greatest hits. So there is a greatest hits, and then they fucking recorded several albums after that, and now Tom's back in the fucking band for the second time. He's back in the band, right? So like he was in the band, they kicked him out, and he came back. And then they kicked him out again because he still was batshit crazy talking about aliens and stuff.
I know a lot of people that are like heavy into the aliens. I don't get into it, but I
I
mean,
think it's unreasonable for us to think that we are the exception.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not sold on the fucking sci-fi green alien people humanoid thing,
Aliens.
but you could convince me that there's a living organism somewhere else. You could convince me of that. Is it a sentient being? I don't know. Or is it like a fucking euglena or something like in a pond? Single cell organism that lives like on the fucking, it's like an amoeba.
Yeah.
But
There's a Bright Eyes line. That are you familiar with Bright Eyes emo group?
never, none of you guys, all you guys do emo references all the time, and I always feel like a fucking piece of shit.
Don't because you know what you never you escaped a certain level of like millennial depression if you have not fucked with if you have not purposefully put on a Bright Eyes album and like cried in your room. There's like it's a tiny bit. Not saying that you never suffered depression, right? Because like
No, I don't take it like that, but I know that emo is like a kind of diving face first into it on at a certain
I
level.
mean, like Bright Eyes is like out of control. Anyway, so I'm a single cell on a serpent's tongue. That's a line from one of his songs. I think it's Yellowbird. I think it's the name of the song.
I think I have heard that, but without consciously processing the lyrics. I almost never digest the lyrics of any music, which is kind of wild. I feel like I listen to music different than you.
Oh yeah, so I've interrupted like 14 times and we've only been recording. I want you to hit that hit your point with the kid.
That was the point. That Blink-182 is still like the music is still okay. You're not officially like on fucking oldies station yet. It's not a brand new slap, but you're still cool.
Nice. Is it I'm wide awake it's morning? So you see these two albums that I have that live on my phone from Bright Eyes. So Digital Ash and the Digital Urn, and then I'm Wide Awake It's Morning. So
Yes.
their release dates are 2004 and 2005 respectively. Respectively. And he recorded those at the same time.
Oh.
And they have totally different vibes. The entire albums themselves, outside of the songs, have completely different vibes. One is like, I'm so fucking depressed. And one is like, I'm depressed, but like I'm working through it and I'm healing. And he wrote those songs like simultaneously and recorded them simultaneously and then separated them into two separate albums and released them like 1 year apart.
It sounds like kind of a rare thing that artists don't often do, but I mean, I don't know, maybe they do. It sounds rare though, but
The song is Poison Oak. All right.
no, Poison Oak, fuck it. Like I'll add it to the playlist for a day or two. Fuck it. Like I support other genres and are you playing it?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, cool.
Trying to like skip.
Shout out to Apple Music that lets you scroll through the lyrics and then just choose the one that you want to vibe to.
Here it is. All right. I don't want to like consume Brad.
No,
But so that the song is about his cousin who was gay and tried to like come out and basically like ran away from home, wasn't accepted by the parents, and he committed suicide.
oh my god,
So it's like
I wasn't ready for that ending.
He's like, my shoulders soaking wet from your brother's tears, right? And he's like talking about like sitting at the piano and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, the women folk.
That's okay. What do you think? We'll just talk about it live on the air. So we have babies and we're being texted, which is okay.
We're at the 10-minute mark, so 20 minutes. Say 25.
I'm not gonna say that. No way. I'll put 20.
Say 30 and then we'll come up early. Do it. And they're not going to listen to the 10-minute and 50-second mark of our podcast. Yeah, you say 30 and then we surprise them when we're early. Like, oh yeah, we said it, wrap it up early.
Oh my god.
So I don't know why did I bring that up? Why did I bring up that Bright Eyes?
Because I said single cell, and I said
Oh,
Uglina,
yeah.
and then you were talking about like emo.
So my friend Colin got drunk at a party and he, as you do, he put on a southern accent and he was like, do you know why Jesus wore white? It was so you could see him from space. And then my friend Kyle like egged him on, and then it just like went out of control. He went on like a 10-minute tirade of like why Jesus is an alien and the Holy Ghost was the name of his UFO. It was like this whole thing, and it was hilarious.
Is he serious?
No, it was just like
I mean, if he was,
he was just kind of like improvisational, right?
Oh,
and it was like in the moment, organically hilarious. Oh, that's fucking feedback.
oh, what is it? Is it me?
I think it's the headphone. It's like the headphone splitter that we use.
Oh,
I think we're good.
Okay.
I like looped it up. I think it's like a head.
It's contact with that.
I don't know.
Okay.
But so like he we'll edit it out in post. They don't know that we can't do that. It was hilarious. And so it's really kind of got me thinking though. It's like, what if like God or the gods, right, were actually visitors from other planets who visited Earth? I mean, they've made movies about this, right? People have theorized, and it could explain why, where has God been? you know, the last time God was present on the planet, it was like what, 400 AD, talking to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
If
Like I always lump that in there. I didn't forget this.
if you subscribe to the Abraham if you subscribe to the Abrahamic faiths
Right.
and acknowledge the Quran, then yes. If you don't, and you're Abrahamic, it's farther back. If you believe in Judaism, we're going 2,000 years back or more.
I mean, can people deny? Like, I mean, we have like written testimony, written. I don't know, it's like people remembered Muhammad. I mean, like, how can
I
you
don't think anybody's debating that
whether
a
or not the
historical
Manics? Okay, yeah,
person, it's whether or not he got messages from God and whether or not those messages made him a prophet, or was he a guy that was thinking some stuff in a cave. And the the stepping on the stairs, the stepping on the stairs is menacing and distracting, and I apologize for losing my train of thought.
I gotta get this fixed.
No,
There's a lot that goes into like the you have to get underneath the stairwell and like fucking reinforce it with like shims and stuff. I watched like This Old House. What's up, Nala? Can you meow for the listeners at home? No,
no, she's not interested.
Yeah.
Oh, go.
No,
I
about stairs construction.
See,
Can't stand them.
is it upper or lower?
It's probably it's the lower.
I just feel like
It's the one. It's the one right there.
Yeah.
Above the furnace.
No, I feel like it's a check-in. It's okay. I guess the other thing that I wanted to say was that I noticed that mullets are back.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm not gonna say mainstream, but they're like normalized.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so it's people are leaning more into the mullet. People who normally wouldn't lean into the mullet, and it's become like a cool thing. It's like, why do I not buzz my mustache when I trim my beard? I'm leaving the mustache, and I don't know if you have noticed, but I definitely am doing it. I'm like bringing my beard down to like a 1 or a 2. Today I brought it down to a 2 because I didn't feel like getting like my bigger clippers out because I don't have the attachment for my beard trimmers. That's a 1. Regardless,
That's all I was doing the same thing after Top Gun came out. I was doing the same.
yeah.
I was like, let me pop that mustache.
Yeah.
My wife didn't like it, but I thought it looked cool.
Man, you know what? What I gotta say to the women folk who are like, my mustache bothers me, like, girl, people have been fucking for thousands of years, and the dudes probably just started shaving their shit in like the 1600s. I mean, like, we didn't have good enough like steel and shit like that to actually get a close shave. You probably had like shears or some shit that you also fucking used on the goddamn sheep to keep your fucking beard. That's why like the painting of the Last Supper, are any of those motherfuckers clean shaven? Because that's fucking horse shit if they are. Because like, man, 2,000 fucking years ago, we didn't like. What age was it? It was after the Bronze Age. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, you get like a fucking piece of steel sharp enough, a sword, and like shorn it across your face. Those motherfuckers were not worried about being clean shaven, and it helps prevent against like you getting sick.
I used to know this. I mean, I did go to barber school, but I think I mean, at least barbering did exist at some form for a lot of modern civ. I don't know how far back it goes, but it didn't start just because we got like sharp tools. People were doing what they could, and barbering was also the surgeon and like the doctor and your therapist and
barber pole, man.
They still are the therapist though. Barbers are unofficial therapists.
I love the armchair therapy, right? It's not armchair, it's like the salon or the barber, the hairstylist therapy, right? So like when I would go see my old friend Alex and have her cut my hair, it was an hour session, but there was maybe 30 minutes of actually like hair cutting and washing and styling, and the rest was us like, you know, catching up. We've known each other since we were teenagers, and then there's like talking gossip, talking about mental health, talking about drugs and alcohol and how we don't do it anymore, and like, you know, so yeah, I mean, it's like sometimes I'm just like, I fucking need like this therapy, right? Like to me, it's a therapeutic session more than it is like personal grooming.
Yeah, and I think maybe that part is lost recently. I've talked, you know, on the Christmas time in Hollis, Queens, I talked about my barbershop, and it's like I like the cuts that they do, but I'm less and less fond of the vibe over there. And until I find a replacement, I'm going to keep going there. But they used to be a little bit different than they are now, and the ambiance of a barbershop is part of the experience, and if you take that away, it's just a haircut. And I can find another barber that's closer. I really
Yeah.
don't need to drive 30 minutes to get a fucking haircut.
Ain't no way, man. Did I ever tell you the story of I went to get a straight razor shave on the morning of my wedding?
I believe so.
In a nutshell, we were talking about eating ass and uh so the razor, it was like pulling a little, and so my barber, he was like, hey, is that pulling, is that pulling, because they don't use a real straight razor, they use like the replaceable blades, because you have to for like health code reasons. Now you can't use the same razor.
It's for like protection against AIDS.
Yeah. But the 70s was a long fucking time ago. I think we can switch back to like reusable blades. We have the technology to sterilize them. Anyway, regardless. Fucking like wipe it off on your
I don't want to put my trust in somebody
yeah,
that's
I feel you.
no.
You put your trust on a fucking dentist though to use clean tools. I'm just saying.
I don't trust them. I go, but I don't like them.
Yeah, DS motherfuckers, doctors.
No, it stands for dumb dumb stupid. DDS.
All right. So what is it, like Doctor of Dental Science?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got it from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
You just got jammed.
Yeah. My uncle is a dental surgeon. I should probably ask him. So, where was I going with this? Barber pole, eating ass. So something we led to, so he was like, oh, is that pulling? And then the other barber was like ribbing him, right? And he's just like, oh yeah. He's like, oh, is that too rough on your face? As your balls are resting on his shoulder, because like his crotch was like right near my shoulder as I'm laying in the chair. And like we all started laughing, and I'm like, guys, I got a fucking razor to my throat, like don't make me laugh. And then like a couple of my buddies came in, one of my groomsmen, they had gotten a haircut somewhere else, and then they came in to like pick me up. And we got on the subject of eating ass, and then someone was like, what if like she had corn the night before, and then like you're like, oh, snack.
I can see like a lot of raucous laughter in the barbershop,
was
but
going nuts. And the owner was a gay man.
so wait, did you go to Gentleman's
Yeah,
Barber?
yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So-
yeah.
so-
I
and-
talked to you about Gentleman's Barber.
And he's like up on like the pedestal, right, where he would cut hair in his little office area. And like we were talking about like the raunchiest shit. And then they like a couple months later they hired a female barber, and then like the total vibe changed. Like we really tried to like not be as raunchy for whatever reason, but like she also like didn't appreciate that kind of discussion. I don't know.
I get that.
I got nothing against women. I got nothing against female barbers.
No, but where you were going with
like,
that was like the vibe of the
Right.
barber shop, and there's also a vibe of a salon. And I don't
Right.
know that I would contribute to that if I was there.
I would
right?
totally.
I-
Oh my god, I would.
You would.
I'd be under the thing getting my hair dried, and I'd be like, "Oh, girl, did you hear about this?"
I
I'm
think
reading like the Cosmo from like 1982 or something like that.
I want to like recreate that like cinematically. Okay,
Yes.
English. But I can picture it, and it pans over. You just see somebody like reading, and you don't even maybe their legs are crossed like that,
Yeah,
and then
they all put the finger down
And
at the
it's
time, and it's me smoking a fucking stogie or something.
um, that would be great, man.
I fuck with Manny Petties. All right, what else did you have that you?
uh, this is a content idea. I'll just pitch it to you now. But
Careless Whisper by fucking George Michael. Fucking banger. I like the way it says. Oh, I got
go to a gas station. I actually wrote shithole gas stations and drink their coffee and rate it in real time. Also, pharmacy canned cold brew, like the shitty one, like it's like $1.
Dude, I used to get those from Walgreens all the time. When I worked at Town Walls, I would like get like the Starbucks double shot cold brew.
That's not that bad. Of the ones of the variety that you can get, that's not the worst one.
It ain't the real shit though, I can tell you that.
Well, if you're used to going through the drive-through,
Right.
none of the pre-made Starbucks, they don't land, they don't hit.
Yeah. And like you're desperately trying to get through a fucking 12-hour shift, fucking on your feet all day, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get 13 Red Bulls, a York peppermint patty,
How about when you go to the gas station or you go to the corner store to get your caffeine before work,
Yeah.
and then they're out of the exact one that you need, so you have to go to your plan B, and you don't even really like it. You're like, "Ugh, God damn it, I'll take it." Or do I want to risk being late and go to the gas station down the road and see if they have it? And I don't know about you. I have that inner debate every time. And lately I've just been on the screw it. I'm going to the other gas station. I don't want to settle. I don't want that peach shit. Give me the lemonade iced tea, Arnold Palmer, yellow monster rehab. That's been my go-to. Which at the
That's
my
is that
first podcast episode, our first podcast episode, I talked to you about how I got off of that due to COVID. Back on it, baby.
back on it bullshit. Is that one drink? Or
It's
that you get an Arnold
no, no,
Palmer
no, no,
in
no, no. Just a
Arizona?
yellow monster. It's like it's a black.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just a can,
No,
and
I know that.
so it's the taste of iced tea mixed with lemonade, and it's caffeinated. You're just drinking an Arnold Palmer to you. You don't know that you're not drinking an Arnold Palmer.
Huh.
There's no bubbles, and it's not syrupy. But yeah, that's I got really fat drinking. I was like, oh, I'm not drinking Monster anymore. Let me got my monocle,
Yeah.
and so I just went balls deep in Starbucks and definitely got way fatter than I meant to. COVID, and I like to blame COVID, but it was really just me. I probably would have did that anyways. And I was like, I'm so healthy. Still get so healthy, not having energy drinks, super healthy. And then I fucking spent like an insane amount of money, like over the course of COVID, probably thousands of dollars, like
Yeah.
on Starbucks.
I got 400 Starbucks points twice.
That sounds about right.
So like it's $1 per star unless you do like one of their promotional things, but I rarely do their promotional things. So I mean I spent $800 in 2 years on Starbucks alone, and I'm working my way up. I got 80 Starbucks points now, and I don't do it as much because I'm fucking broke. But that's why I choose Red Bull, dog. Just regular old Red Bull. Like it'll be a cold day in hell when they only have like the sugar free, and then I'm like, well, guess I'm drinking Monster today.
I don't like, it's a lot more accessible. Red Bull is everywhere. I don't like it anymore. I drank it when it came out, and there were like limited energy drink options. But
Yeah.
and
Do you remember Balls?
no,
BAWLS.
no, I remember
Um,
cocaine, the energy drink,
I remember Rob Lockhart brought that in.
burn your throat.
It was Russian, right?
That sounds like from Hot Tub Time Machine. Like
No.
the Chernobyl, which I always like looked up too. I'm like, is that a thing? Like, can you really import this?
I lost my fucking mind when Craig Robinson like was like, it's like some sort of hot tub time machine, and he looked right into the camera.
Amazing movie. Why they didn't get an Oscar, beats me. But
So when you want to look something up on the internet, what website do you put? Google. Well, I had to do something after the band broke up. What band? Motley Lue. Ugh, I fucking love Motley Crue, bro. Like,
spoiler alert.
come on, come on.
What, 20 years ago? Probably came out. I don't even know.
No, it was after 2000. 2000. I was listening to 2003 alternative rock today, bringing me back, kind of hitting those emo vibes, and then I switched to emo music. And I'm not like in an emotional mood, but I was just like,
It's the winter.
I gotta feel that.
Fucking,
Yeah,
fucking sad times.
it's Wu-Tang Wednesday. We got kind of like a sneak peek. There was put out on his Instagram like a sneak peek kind of trailer for season 3 of the American Saga Wu-Tang story.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that's pretty dope. The Jizza is touring.
Master Killer's putting a lot more content out lately, I noticed.
For real?
Yeah, like he's trying, I'll say.
Nice.
Like some of these guys, they don't try. They're like, I know I'm big.
Yeah.
Like he seems like he's really trying to continue to build his audience. Like he's not trying to coast off of the W logo.
I still love his one line. I'm a writer, not a rapper.
I like that's the same thing as saying like I'm an artist, not
Yeah.
a musician.
Right.
Better go check on my baby.
The Biblioteca.
Yeah,
Um.
better go be a good cat husband. I know that.
So, is there anything else you want to talk about? What do we got coming up?
That's a great question. So next week we have first in-person interview guest doesn't need to really be an interview hardcore like that, but somebody to vibe with, from a post-punk hardcore, post-hardcore punk, some
I definitely think that
variation of those words,
post hardcore.
post-hardcore punk band.
I
And
wouldn't say it's fucking bro. There's lots of screaming.
I'm just going what's written in their bio.
That's what's right there.
Some kind of variation of those three adjectives. So
An easy death.
and Easy Death, band from here, from Rochester, New York. And so we're having, I think the lead vocalist, I don't know what,
I don't think Corey's lead vocalist.
I think he's clearly
He is a vocalist and he does play the
point
bass.
guard. Corey, if you're listening, you are the point guard for your band. But Corey Brugger's coming on next week, and
I think Corey could be a good point guard in basketball too.
I don't know about that. He needs to gain like a foot and a half.
Hey, you don't gotta be tall. Muggsy Bogues is a point guard.
Okay, fair point. That's an outlier, but a fair point. I'll take it.
Nah, man. I mean, like same thing. Allen Iverson, both point guards.
Muggsy Bogues was like
Muggsy Bogues
4
was the
foot
shit.
something, dude.
Muggsy Bogues could fucking dunk on your mama all day, every day. I bet you he could still fucking dunk on all your mamas.
So in NBA 2K, it won't let you generate a character if you want to like make a new guy, and you choose what position. It's like I want to be
Right.
point guard. There's like a minimum height. It won't let you go under 6'6".
That's
It won't
fucking
let you
horseshit.
do it.
That's fucking dumb.
And I'm like, I'm 6'2". I wanted to be me. I was gonna like
Right.
make me. It's like, no, you're 6'6" or you're a different position.
It's fucking dumb, man. Back in the day when like you could just be a good b-baller and fucking play the game, and then you just got drafted and that was it. Now they're like, oh, you're not 7 foot, we're not gonna put you under the rim. We need fucking Yao Ming out here to fucking just lift his arms up. Who was that tall fucking Russian dude?
I don't know the Russian. I know Dikembe from Sudan.
I love that guy. Man, that back when basketball was basketball, bro. I'm still riding the 2003 Pistons fucking championship win. I was fucking my dick was rock hard.
I feel that. I'm still riding the 2009 Yankees World Series, so I ain't mad.
The Yankees got dropped in 2003 to the Marlins, right? Marlins dropped us.
I don't know. I don't
I think
remember our
so.
losses. I remember our wins. And there's so
I mean,
many of
you
them.
have to. Okay, whatever. Good. All right, man. Cool. So yeah, so we got Corey coming, and then we got some more guests, and
a lot more American guests per user feedback.
nice. All right. Well, it's good chatting with you, bro.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace. Leave it in. Fix it in post.
Yeah.